you for that point. 1850-715-996. There's a new organisation, Recruit Refugees, specifically aimed at helping those who come here to seek a better life, to find work. And it's aiming to link up refugees and asylum seekers with businesses to help them to find work. And the woman behind it, we've talked to her many times on the show, is Roos Demol. Rose, good morning.
Good morning, PJ.
Rose, you and others have said to me over the years, as we covered this direct provision story in particular, that there is an untapped vein of talent and skill in our direct provision centres, that we need to find a way to use it to our benefit and to their benefit.
Absolutely, yes. There are. We've set up this organisation, Recruit Refugees Ireland, now a few months, and we ask people to, when they register, to fill out a little survey, so we get an idea of what's there as well. And we have 70% of the people that have signed up have got a third level education. So we have engineers there. We have people in finance, accountants. I mean, it's pretty amazing what kind of potential is there, and also people who work in construction, of course, these are all skills that Ireland needs at the moment.
Yeah, I spoke to this time last year with Iz from Iz Cafe. He was in direct provision, and look at the.
That's right.
And I think his wife was. Look at the difference they've made to Cork.
Yes, absolutely. And it's always nice to have people from somewhere else in the world to get involved in your business, because they come with a different angle sometimes. And, diversity is a good thing for companies, and that has been proven time after time again.
What inspires you, Rose, to set up Recruit Refugees?
Well, as you know, I've been going in and out of the direct provision centres for many years now, since 2014, and I have helped people before once the right to work came in for not everyone, but those who could work. And I found that many people either couldn't find work or couldn't find the work that they're qualified for. We have no numbers on. I know that there are about 60% of people now with the right to work who are working, but we don't have numbers of are they working in the what they are qualified for in that field. And I doubt it, and I constantly see that people are looking for work, for example, in healthcare, and some of these people are accountants, some of these people, I was recently talking to someone who had a financial management, a master's degree, and why can't they work in their field?
That's a very good question, Rose. Why can't they? I mean, if they're here legitimately and their papers are filed and they're entitled to stay here, and those are the people we're talking about, once their papers are filed, they're entitled to stay here. Why can't someone with high-level financial qualifications, for example, get a job here?
I think there are a few things. Well, it's also the asylum seekers, even if they don't have their papers yet, once they're here for 9 months without a first decision on their case, they can work, and they can do any work.
Can they work full-time?
They can work full-time, and they can work everywhere apart from where they need to be Irish. So they can't become Gardaí or something like that. But for the rest of that, they can do anything now. And so I think, first of all, there is a bit of ignorance amongst the employers. They were not informed about this permission to work, so they have no idea what it's about and how it works. There might be a little bit of a holdback, maybe a bit of prejudice as well on people from a different colour or a different background. So there's loads of things there that I think we need to tackle, and we need to go and advocate and show people as well. People have no idea of the potential that's there, you see. So how
do we tackle that?
Well, one of the things we've decided to do is, rather than advertise jobs, is advertise the candidates. So we're making promotions for the candidates. We now have one with financial management. We have an Arabic translator. So we are posting that in our talent pool on our website. So employers can come and visit and see, oh my God, is this what is there, But also I think every company needs some kind of diversity training, because you can't blame them necessarily. You know, people have certain habits and they don't want to go and change those. But it might be good for every company to change their habits and to hire a bit more of a diverse workforce. You know, just imagine engineers, for example, who come with a bit of a different angle. It might do so much good. You know, for most businesses, and it's been proven as well that a diverse workforce leads to more productivity. And so I mean, it's a win-win situation for everyone, really.
Yeah.
How
do we benefit, Roos, from a more diverse workforce?
Well, I think first of all, as I said, the benefits are that you have people with a different viewpoint sometimes, which can contribute a bit more to what you want to do with your company. We have the enormous language skills as well. There are so many companies now looking for people with language skills. Well, we have them all there, you know, and also it makes the employees feel happier and better to have another workforce. They can have discussions about what goes on in different countries. So it links people together. And I think you can see that in places like Facebook, you know, where they have a diverse workforce, people are going to work there. It is just much a nicer environment.
You talk about unconscious bias. Outline, Roos, in simple. It's a term that pops up more and more and more.
Yeah.
Would you explain it for me, please, in simple?
Okay, so,
what is unconscious bias?
Very simply said, it's we all think that we're not racist, okay? But if you then think really hard, there are moments where, for example, if at an interview for a job or something, if there's a black person and a white person and they have the same qualities and the same advantages, unconscious bias will mean that the white person will be chosen. Okay, now this is very simple, but it goes very deep. You know, I've discovered it with myself when I used to work in prison in Belgium as a nurse, and I saw racism there, and I also realized how much prejudice there was in my own mind.
Right.
You know, and we all have that. We all have prejudices. We grew up with it. And it's about recognizing that and doing something about it and keeping on checking yourself for unconscious bias.
Shouldn't the basis of if someone is hired is can they do the job with the appropriate skill set?
Well, of course they can.
Shouldn't that just be the only decider?
It should be. Of course it should be, but it isn't. Unfortunately, you know, there are preferences and there's so many things that play a role in the recruitment process that we are not even conscious of sometimes, you know. And so that's why we want to change this. We want to show that it's just as good to hire someone from Nigeria than it is to hire someone from Ireland if they have the same skills, you know.
Yeah.
Or
well, I suppose the one thing that will come up, and I can hear people asking this question, Roos, and I ask it because somebody is saying, PJ, ask her this. So you've got, we'd say, two engineers going for the one job, okay? And should we not employ the Irish guy first if there's a shortage of jobs?
If they both have the right to stay in Ireland, to be honest, I don't see the difference, okay? If they're both resident in Ireland and they can both work in Ireland, the job should go to the better one. Then also, what we hope to do is get an agreement with, because of course that's the problem at the moment. People who have been in direct provision, for example, for 4 years and haven't worked for 4 years, they're not going to get the advantage. Okay,
because their skills are gone a bit stale.
So what we want to do is talk to employers and ask them to work with us. Yeah. And maybe through apprenticeships and stuff like that to get these people back into the workforce, and then they have as much chance as the Irish people.
Is your movement nationwide or just Cork? Like how many have you got signed up so far?
Well, it's going quite fast. We now have around 160. We've only just started. We are starting in Cork. but we will expand to the rest of the country as well once the funding comes in. But we will also, it's a social enterprise. It's not a charity, so we will charge for recruitment. Okay,
right.
so that we become self-sufficient after a few years.
Oh, so someone that you find a job for, that you'll be charging them for that service.
No. We charge the company. That's like most recruitment companies do. So you charge something like 10, 15, 20% of the yearly salary. That's something that we'll negotiate. So that we can then reinvest into training, because training is going to be a big part of it. Where we don't only just do recruitment. We look at the people coming in and see, are they job ready? If they're not, what do they need? And we will work together with other organizations, training institutions, to get the people at a job ready level. And then we will advertise them and help them to find work. But the company who's hiring them, and that's a normal thing, they will pay us once they are recruited.
Gotcha. Where can people go to find out more, Rose?
Okay, so our website is www.recruitrefugeesireland.com. Okay. And we have a Facebook page as well at the same name.
All right.
Could I just mention one more thing? Because of many people do need retraining. We work together with a few organizations like Professional Accountancy Training in Cork. But people now, everything is online. So many people in direct provision don't have a laptop, and we are currently doing a fundraiser to buy laptops for people all over Ireland, together with other organizations. And that's also, you can also find that on our website. Okay. It's called Windows for Opportunity.
Okay. All right. RecruitRefugeesIreland.com. Rose, good luck with it. It's a great idea. People have talked for many years, thank you, Rose, about the untapped potential of skill sets that are within the direct provision system. And here's an opportunity to not just help find them work, but help us all benefit from them finding work in Ireland. 1850 715 996.